What is going on, everyone? Boylon here for another video on Marvel Strike Force. I want to start off by apologizing for some delay in content, as both me and my partner have been a bit unwell lately in real life, and I've just been really tired the last few days, so I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things now. On a positive note, the test for COVID-19 was negative, so that's good news. I guess it must have just been the cold or flu season kicking about now. But with that out of the way, let's get on to the topic of this video. So today I want to talk to you guys a bit about power cores, particularly how to manage them in the face of three different energies in the game. We have, of course, regular campaign energy, but also currently event campaign energy in the form of the Scream event going on right now, and of course the brand new ISO 8 campaign energy as well, which was released just over a week ago. Things were already tough when there was just two places to spend cores on energy, but now we have three. Granted, the character events are typically only around for 2 weeks every patch cycle, but that's going to make people think about where they want to spend their cores, but also how much we can expect to get on a daily basis. For the first part of this video, we're going to be checking out some more spreadsheet action that I've done, where we can take a look at the total amount of energy that we get for free over the course of the three different types of energy, and also if you don't core at all, how many shards you can expect to get for the character events. In the second part of the video, we're going to be checking out some sources of power cores and how much you can reasonably expect to get on a daily basis, which will kind of give you an idea where you should be distributing them. Of course, a lot of this is going to vary depending on which part of the game you're in, whether you're in the early, the mid, or the late game, and sort of what your priorities are. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are over on my infamous spreadsheets here again. I did move myself over to the bottom right corner so that you guys can see what I've writ. So we're going to go through this together so that it makes some sense for everyone else. So starting off with campaign energy, you're going to be getting about 12 energy per hour, and then of course times 24 hours. This is a total of 288 energy here. So that's just what you're getting just for free, assuming that you spend your energy when it's maxed out or whenever, and this is how much you're going to be getting for free daily. Now, if you do log in 3 times a day, whenever your daily refreshes are, you're going to be getting a total of 240 more. That's 80 times 3, and that's a total of 528. So this is just the free energy that you get daily for just playing the game and doing what you would normally do. Now, if you do want to hit the 600 energy cap, this is for Alliance raid keys, then you are going to need to spend either one set of power cores for 50 cores or the free energy refill. Now, the free energy refill you do get from just playing the game through I believe it's the Heroes objective and the Blitz objective, or there's two different objectives that you get them. I think it's the orb opening one, actually. And you do get, I think, 40 campaign energy refill credits. So every day and a half or so, you're gonna get one of these for free. So you don't necessarily need to spend cores to hit that 600, but if that does matter for a lot of the alliances, especially for mid and late game players, then you're gonna need to consider doing that just to hit your 600 cap. Now, but otherwise you only need about one for that. And so that's all we're doing after the next thing here. For the characters event, it's same as above. You're going to get 528. This is again from the 288 and the 240, and this is the 528 that you're getting for free. Now, what do you get for that 528 energy? Now, that allows you to farm 300 energy for the nodes. This is assuming that people are doing hard mode. I don't have it calculated out if you're doing medium, but this is particularly for people who are clearing hard mode levels. So for the first, you're going to get 300 energy for the first nodes 7 to 9, and that's going to get you 2100 fragments, because that's 700 fragments clearing out each one of those nodes. Now you're also going to get 200 more energy to clear out nodes 5 and 6, and that's going to give you another 1200 fragments. Now you're going to have a little bit of leftover energy, that's 28 or whatever have you, and that'll get you roughly about 180 more fragments. And adding all that up together is going to get you about 3480. And that's just if you're using your free energy, not including if you're doing any coring or, however many additional power core coring that you do. So this is going to get you roughly about 1.75 or 1 3/4 orbs per day, and Scream's event was a 15-day event. So if you multiply this by 15, you're going to get 26.25 orbs. And so we do have this value that each orb is roughly going to get you around 5.4 shards. Now, this was also used in my Swarm video. So in terms of the overall amount of shards that you're going to get, if you're completely free to play and you don't use any cores at all for the Scream event, then you're likely going to be getting about 142, rounding up anyways, shards over the course of the event if you're not putting in any additional cores or what have you for this. So that's not too bad. That's about a 3.5 star unlock just if you're completely free to play. Actually, I didn't even add in, I think you get like 20 something shards through the hard mode event itself, so I didn't add that in. So you're actually pretty close to a 4-star just by doing you know, normal energy spending over the course of character events. So that's not terrible. Now, of course, if you want higher, if you want 4-star, or you know, even try for a 5-star, you're definitely going to have to put power cores into that, and you're going to have to keep that in mind when you're doing that. But let's go down further here, and we're going to be talking about ISO 8 energy a bit. You know, there's not much to talk about, to be honest. It is a bit different on the energy refreshes now. Sorry, on how much you're getting. So you're actually getting 15 energy per hour instead of the 12 that you get from the campaign energy. So it is actually 1 energy per 4 minutes instead of 5. I think it took me a few days after ISO came out to actually, someone told me this and I didn't know it right off the bat. So you, in terms of your free refreshes, you're actually going to get a total of 600 energy, not the 528 that you would normally get. So what does this get you? Well, this gets you enough to fully farm 5 ISO nodes, because it's 120 energy per node for that, and there is 2 campaign chapters, so there's a total of 18 different ISO nodes, and you'll be able to get to fully farm 5 of them. So when looking at all of this stuff, you really just need to consider what is your priorities, and what, you know, depending on what point in the game you're at, if you're an early, mid-game player or late-game player, where are you going to want to focus your power cores in terms of refreshing your energy. You know, for some people, they're really going to want to core Scream, right? I keep wanting to say Swarm, but it's Scream. So a lot of, because Scream is a symbiote, a very powerful character right now, and a lot of people are focusing that. So, you know, it's no shame in wanting to have to power core a little bit further to get a little bit more shards on Scream. Although, you know, if you're in the mid game, then it's very likely that you might, you know, use some cores on some more extra campaign energy so that you can shard farm some more characters, which could be really important to unlocking legendary characters rather, and things like that. So you're really going to need to consider about where you want to put your power cores and for what purpose. Now, you know, maybe in the future you might just skip a character event. You know, some people skip Swarm from the last event because it wasn't that good, although we didn't have ISO 8 at the time. Now we do. So now that we have 3 different energy sources, you're really going to need to think about where you want to put those power cores and what best interest that you have for your roster and where you think you're going to maximize it. So personally, for me, I'm actually only spending about this 1 core refill here for my campaign energy, because that gets me to the 600 cap. Now, I am a late game player, and I'm only actually shard farming 2 or 3 characters. I know I'm doing Negasonic and I'm doing Ironheart, but besides that, I actually have a lot of them at 7-star already, so it's not a huge deal for me. That being said, I am also doing about 3 refreshes on Scream as well, so that's you know, another 150 cores down. And then for ISO 8, I'm actually not really doing this too much, because you do get villain. It's really important to the game right now, but I think it's going to come in time, and then once the Scream event goes away, I'll maybe focus on this a little bit more. You also do get a free campaign refill pack, which I forgot to add actually, which I'll do that now. So through the different campaign objectives, daily objectives, you do get actually 120 more. So you do actually get a total of 720. So this is kind of wrong. I should have done this a bit better, but anyways, you get daily objectives, and that gives you an extra 120. So you do get that daily rather than the campaign energy, which you don't actually get every single day, because it's only 40 of the packs that you get daily, whereas with the ISO 8 energy, you actually get 60 packs. So you do get a little bit more on there, so at least you do get a free ISO refill every day. So actually this would change to 6 nodes rather than 5, so I was a bit wrong there, but that gives you an idea of what to expect in terms of the energy and what you can get without actually spending cores on it. So let's jump back on over to the game, and let's actually just check out the sources of power cores. Alright, so we're back in the game here now, and let's take a look at some of the sources for power cores. So a lot of it's going to come from your daily objectives and arena. So I did actually most of my daily objectives, but I didn't actually click on them before so we could take a look at it. So these are the isotope campaign energy refills that I was talking about in the spreadsheet. So you do get 30 of these from the villains, and also 30 somewhere else. I think it's in the arenas. So you do get some other goodies here, and these are the 25 of the campaign energy refill packs that I was talking about for that. And then you get 10 power cores here for the campaign missions. And what else do we have here? 10 for the challenges, 5 for the blitzes, 10 more of these packs for the campaign energy refill. So I think that's actually 35, isn't it? Not. Yeah, it's 35 packs, not 40 packs, I think I said actually before. Oh no, you get 10 more here. Oh, wait, no, that's 10. I'm just crazy. So it is about 35 packs. So it's like every other day that you're really getting the free refill for that. And then you're getting the 30 packs here from the arena, and that gets you 60 packs and 1 free ISO energy refill pack there. And then you do get 25 cores here. So total, I think you get 50, nothing from the raids. So I think in total you do get about 50 power cores just from your daily objectives. So that gets you about 1 free energy refresh, you know, whether or not you're using that on the campaign energy, or if you're using that on ISOs, or if you're using it on the Scream event, you're gonna have to keep that in mind. Now, the majority of the power cores are gonna come from your arena rank. Now, for me, you know, I do exceptionally well. You know, a lot of people comment on the videos asking me how I get so many power cores. And actually, I used to be around 12,000. Now I'm 12,000. Now I'm at 10,400. I did buy that offer that was in the store. I think it was like 1,600 power cores for an Elite 4 orb. I did that in preparation of Anti-Venom. But in terms of the rewards that you're getting, so for me, normally I'm in the top 20 of Arena, and I'm getting anywhere from 250 power cores to like, I don't know. I don't normally get rank 1 because I'm not normally up in the morning for my arena payout, but I would say anywhere from 250 to 400. Now, that's a lot. That's probably a lot more than the average player, and that's the reason why I keep so high in my power core currencies. Now, if you want to look more reasonably, I would say the average player might be anywhere from this, so the 501 to 1500, all the way up to maybe the 101 to 250. So that's between 60 power cores and 100 power cores. If you're doing better than if you're in the top 100 or better, you know, then you're doing pretty good, I would say, in terms of your power core accumulation. So, you know, getting 60 to 100, you know, that's an extra 1 to 2 refreshes, which is not too bad. So other ways that you can also get your power cores is through the milestones. We do get the Spend Gold High Roller and the Save the World campaign energy milestones. You don't get any in the World Warrior, unfortunately. But what you can expect to get in here, I would say within the first couple of milestones, because depending on how much you're spending, this is going to vary, of course. You know, if you're saving up for the Emma Frost milestone, which will be coming back around pretty soon, then maybe you'll be getting more power cores because you're spending more around that time. But generally speaking, I would say maybe you're getting about 20 power cores going up to this milestone 6. So you get 5 from milestone 2, 5 from 4, and 10 from 6. I would say about 20 power cores is realistic there. And then from the campaign energy side of things, you're getting not too much. You're getting 5, 5, 5, 10, so that's 25 plus 10 here, 35. I would say milestone 9 is pretty easy to do there. Every 2 days, I used to be able to go up to milestone 12 for an extra 15, but now that there's more energy sets, I don't actually end up spending that much campaign energy anymore, so that's going to vary. But I would say about at least 35 there. Now, I did do this in a notepad. Let's bring up this notepad really quick. Let's zoom in a little bit more so it's easier to see here. So power cores, you get 10 from the campaign objective, 10 from the 2 challenges, 5 from Blitz, and 25 from the daily objectives. So that's a total of 50 power cores just for the objectives. And then beyond that, you're getting mostly from Arena. So if you're anywhere from rank 1500 all the way to 101, you're getting 60 to 100 power cores. Now, you do get, like I said, we do get this in the High Roller and the Save the World. And then adding this all up, you're getting roughly around 150 to 190 power cores per day, depending on where you are in the arena. Now, if you are higher than top 100, then you're going to be even doing better than this. And you're probably not having too much of a problem when it comes to spending your power cores. But of course, now that we have 3 energy sets, you know, you really need to think about where you're going to spend it, and this is why I wanted to make this video for you guys, just to make you aware, and I'm sure you guys are already aware, but sort of where you should keep your priorities for power cores. Like I said, for me, I'm doing it mostly on the Scream event as it happens right now. Stupid these pop-ups here. So I'm mostly spending my power cores in the Parasitic Intentions event. Now we do only have, as of this video, about 10.5 days left, but I have been spending most of, well, not today anyways, because I had my refresh recently, but I normally do get all the way through to probably about Scream 1-2, 1-1 or so by doing 3 to 4 refreshes a day. Now, that cost me 150 to 200 power cores, and of course, there is no free refreshes for the campaign energy or for the character event energy, so you're going to have to actually spend the power cores for that. Now, beyond that, I don't really have too many of the other charred characters to farm, so that's why I'm only doing my 1 refresh there. And even for the ISOs, I'm only probably doing about 1 there as well. beyond the free one that you get daily. So for me, I'm probably spending about, I would say, anywhere from 250 to 300 power cores right now daily, which is more than, of course, than the notepad would tell you, you know, because if you're only getting about 150 to 190 and you were doing what I was doing and spending about 300 to 350 a day, then you're having like a 150 to 200 daily deficit. So that is a bit of an issue, and of course that's just for me, you know, and I'm doing exceptionally well when it comes to power cores, and even I'm losing power cores on a daily basis than I was before. Prior to ISO 8 energy, I was actually going up in power cores, which is why I'm so high right now and why I was close to 12,000. In previous videos you might have saw my power core value was 12,000 or higher, and the reason for that is because this was before ISO 8. Now that ISO 8's come out, it's kind of flipped how you look at power cores and what you need to think about in terms of where you're going to be putting your resources in. Now I can't, you know, I'm not going to tell you guys where to spend your power cores, that's for you to decide, but really start thinking about that a bit more and what your priority in the game is at this point in time. You know, if you want to go hard on a character event, great, you know, then do that, but then you're obviously going to struggle a little bit more when it comes to farming character shards or any possible gear or any ISO energy. You know, if you want to do more on ISOs, that's great too, but then you're obviously going to struggle a little bit more in the other areas. So you can't do all three at once unless you're a huge whale, you know, that's buying power cores, but I don't do that, so I'm really going to have to pick and choose where I want to spend my power cores for what energy source. So that's just what I wanted to tell you guys today in this video. And so I hope that some of this helped anyways to give you guys a better idea on what to do with your power cores, and think about where you're getting it from and how much you can budget. Or how much so you can budget what you want to do with them. Even when the Scream event goes away, you know, there's still going to be that dilemma of whether or not to use it more on the regular campaign or for ISO crystals. But I think that's going to be for each player to decide individually and what's more important to you guys and your roster. But that's the end of my video for today, and if you guys found it informative, then please smash that like button down below and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, until next time guys, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Poilon signing out.